So one of the big mindsets that we tend to make as busy entrepreneurs and business owners is that we stay too high level and we focus on our situation and how we want to change that rather than the problems that we have that can actually be solved. Now, what I mean is, for example, if I'm overweight and I'm tired and worn out and all the rest of it, there's this idea in my head that I need to lose weight. So that's where my focus is. My focus is I'm overweight, therefore I need to lose weight. And I put my focus on that. Now, the problem is I can start taking action, but because my focus is on I need to lose weight, if that weight loss does not happen quickly enough, it's very easy for me to lose motivation and therefore want to just give up, because weight loss is the big ultimate goal. That's the situation that I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change this situation of me being overweight. Now, we see the same in business, for example, where it's a case of I want to earn more money, for example. I don't earn enough money, so I want to earn more. And again, we chase the idea of earning more money. But if the things that I start doing don't immediately result in that earning of more money, well, then I feel like this isn't working. It's a bunch of bullshit. I'm just going to give up. So coming back to body, when we have this problem where it's a case of, okay, well, I'm focused on this situation or this need for weight loss, and we get a couple of days into a new diet or into a new exercise plan and find that the scale weight's not moving, so this clearly isn't working. This unfortunately gives us the idea that the process is broken or faulty in some way, or it's not going to work for me right now, so I need to do something different. But if we were able to kind of scale back and go, okay, well, this is the overarching situation or problem that I'm stuck in, but what I actually need to do instead is focus on the problem. Now, what I mean by this is there are a number of problems that are accumulating essentially and creating this overarching situation of you being overweight or needing to lose weight. So, for example, there's the fact that maybe your diet's not dialed in and on point. Perhaps you tend to opt for convenience foods over healthy whole foods. Maybe your eating routine, as in your daily, the times that you eat throughout the day, maybe that's all over the place. You have no real structure. And maybe your meals aren't, along with not being ideal because you're choosing convenience foods, maybe those meals also aren't set up to the ideal ratios of proteins, fats, and carbs for your specific metabolic tendency. Then it could even be an exercise. All right, well, I have an idea of a program I should do, but I don't follow it consistently. Or I have a program that is too heavily based in cardio, and therefore it bores the hell out of me, and therefore I don't stay consistent. So we've got all these little problems that could be going on, this accumulation of small daily actions, habits, and things that I maybe should be doing that aren't, but because I'm not doing them, that's not allowing me to lose the weight. But when I start doing these things and don't immediately see weight loss, that makes me want to give up. Whereas if I bring my mindset back away from that weight loss, yes, that's still the ultimate goal. But if instead I have my focus on solving the small problems, it's much easier for me to stay motivated because I see the progress there. I can see the progress from one day to the next. Oh, last week, there were only maybe 2-3 meals out of the week that I would consider healthy. But this week, because I've now started eating more healthy, I'm no longer prioritizing convenience foods. Instead, I'm prioritizing healthy whole foods. It turns out that this week, even though my scale weight hasn't necessarily changed yet, it turns out that 80% of my meals were actually on point now. So that's a movement in the right direction and a success that I'm having that I can remain focused on, which will help to keep me motivated to move forward. Rather than, oh, well, I've not lost any weight yet, therefore I'm not making progress. Because what we have to remember, of course, is it's our commitment to the daily actions over a period of time that will lead us to the weight loss that we're after. Now, yes, of course, in some cases, small changes, even in the short term, can make big differences in scale, weight, and so on. But that's not always the case. So sometimes having that fixed mindset that's focused on weight loss only, and not necessarily the small daily achievements that you're actually accumulating with diet, with exercise, with rest and recovery, with your mindset, with your breathing, with your hydration, and so on. If we're not accounting for those things and tracking them to show that we're progressing in the right direction, it's very easy for us to end up demotivated or feeling like, can't be bothered with this anymore, because it's not actually or it doesn't feel like it's taking us in the right direction because we're not seeing that scale weight move. So my question for you guys is this: it's like, where in your life do you know that you're maybe doing this as well? You're focusing on the overarching situation that you're faced with and therefore unable to remain motivated because you don't see results against that big overarching concept quick enough. Now, as I say, this can happen in any domain. It doesn't have to be just in the body. We see it in business. We see it with relationships. Oh, I want a better relationship with more connection and more intimacy and more sex. But because we start start changing our habits for a couple of days, we expect that suddenly these three amazing results, connection, intimacy, and sex, should now manifest and be a thing. But of course, it doesn't happen like that. It's an accumulation over time because maybe we've got to rebuild trust with our partner. Maybe we need to rebuild a deeper connection. Maybe we have to start pouring into the relationship and being more present before we're going to get the return that we want in the respect of intimacy, connection, and sex, and so on. So it's not that you can't have them. It's not that that big overarching situation won't change. It will. But we need to, in the moment, stay focused on the small problems that we need to resolve. Maybe I'm not spending enough quality time with my partner. Maybe I'm not spending enough time with my kids, and therefore my partner thinks I'm neglecting them. Maybe I'm not doing enough around the house to help out to make her feel like I'm contributing to the home as well, or various things. Like there could be a number of things that you perhaps need to start doing and ideally would focus on instead that will then start to move the needle in the bigger, more overarching concept or situation that you're trying to change, whether weight loss, wanting a better relationship, or wanting more money from your business, profession, or job. So that's what I got for you guys today. If you have any questions on this, as always, drop a comment below. And of course, feel free to share any of the particular situations that you know you are particularly struggling with. Drop those in the comments as well. If you know that there are some things that, actually, I've been focusing on the idea of losing weight, but really I need to focus on perhaps tweaking my diet, getting in more protein, bringing in more healthy fats, maybe exercising a couple of times a week and so on. Which small problems do you know that you maybe need to start working on and solving before perhaps seeing results in that big overarching situation that you're trying to change? Thanks for watching, people, and I look forward to chatting with you all in my next video. Take it easy.